the co-founder of BACK2BLACK, Black Speculative Arts Movement, and I am founder of MECCAcon, Midwest Ethnic Convention for Comics and Arts. One of my panel series that I do in every state and country is called Back2Black, and Back2Black is accuracy versus acceptance in today's comics. And what this panel is about is the importance of accuracy in character development and visual domination of what we are putting out in our books. Like, the characters can be black, but what else are they? You know, it's a responsibility that we have as a community in order to put valuable things inside of our books and make sure they're not just black, but they are full of culture. So that's what this panel is about. And my panelists today are Michael White, aka Miguel Blanco, Greg Anderson Elysée, I think I said his name wrong, but he loved me. Nick Allen, Shawn Alleyne, and Stephen Harris. Give them all a round of applause. These are all very well-known comic creators in the indie and as well as professional field, so I'm definitely honored to have all of my brothers up here. One of the first things I want to do is let each one briefly introduce themselves, what their product and company is, where they're from, etc. Starting with you.
Again, my name is Michael White, aka Miguel Blanco. I'm creator of Uji Man, which is a superhero. I illustrate, and I also I just write. Like, I do everything. I'm an artist.
My name is Greg Anderson Elysée. I'm the writer and creator of It's Not Another Web Spider, and what I try to do with my work is I try to introduce people to more black mythological deities and folktales. That way, you know, people, especially black youth growing up, can find out that we have our own gods and deities. It's not always about Greek gods and European fairy tales, you know. So that's what I try to do with my work.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Nick Allen. I am from Baltimore, Maryland. I am the writer, co-creator, and co-writer of 5 Central. Classic underdog story told in the future athletic setting with some designs by this guy right here.
And perfect segue, thanks. My name is Shawn Alleyne, originally from Barbados, but living in Philly. I am a writer, artist, instructor. My table is right over there with black tablecloth in the corner, right there. So feel free to check me out once you finish.
Hi, I'm Stephen Harris. I'm the co-creator and artist of a Java series adventure by the one team. And currently at Harlem, find our parents who once part of a secret organization. She wants to join. It's founded by my great-grandfather in the 30s. While she joins, she goes to series training, and as she goes to training, we learn more about our family, the organization, who's there to protect the community, and learn our rival organization there to stabilize the community. And we deal with issues of culture, current day events like housing, voting, brutality, and history and culture, and some accidents.
And he's also artist for DC's Michael Cray right now, and he's also artist for Eisner-nominated Watson and Holmes. I'm flaking Okay, one of the first things I want to do is ask each one of you, why did you create your current comic book? What made you specifically create those characters for your nation of people? Yeah, I went here.
Well, I create comic books all the time, so this is not my latest, but this particular one, Uji Man, he is an Australian, coming from Australia, and I'm not Australian, so I can't really relate with him in that part, but I do love my people, regardless of where they come from and around the world, on another planet, on another dimension. And so when you create stories, you just want to create something that's yours that other people could relate to, but it's up to them to relate to. That's the best way I can say about how I design it.
For me, my character is the son of a non-city spider, and what inspired that was years ago, I would mention a Nazi to certain people, especially the black people, and I would always be greeted with, who is that? But everyone knew who Hercules was, and Thor, you know, and Zeus. But a lot of black people can't name 5 black deities or heroes. And so, growing up, I had to teach myself some of that stuff. Or if I had a teacher lucky, who I was lucky enough to have a teacher that would go out their way to teach us, you know, some of these black mythological folk tales and heroes, but we're not required, you know, as students in America to learn that, we're required to know about Greek mythology, European fairy tales and stuff. So Hisnana was inspired from being the next generation of Anansi, trying to reclaim their roots, continue the stories being passed down, and as the story goes on, you're going to be meeting different characters from like Africa, cultures and countries, from Caribbean folk tales and African American stories, showcasing, as I said earlier, we have our own heroes that we can also come to.
Well, I'm really fascinated by the comfortable marriage of science and sport. It's like you can be bigger, better, and stronger, but you know, you have to do it within certain environments. So with my story, I wanted to create like a Black Mirror type story. Like I said, what if we let the science go mad and then see what sort of happens? And it's a story, you know, about sport, what is legacy. And I wanted to tell it in sort of a very interesting setting, which is why I picked Brazil and a person that color character follow, where you get to see what happens with pharmaceutical companies, you see what happens inside his sport and a lot of other sports, and this kind of what's going on.
Well, I was just talking about this, but so for me, I grew up in Barbados, and in Barbados, especially when I was growing up, there was a heavy import, and so the comic book scene was that big back then. When it was looked at as a nerd, it was a reading, and what I grew up reading was a lot of Marvel and DC. It was nothing but white characters, right? But because we're a majority Nubian population, there was 2 white people at my school. So I never had to worry, like it wasn't like America where I had to worry about, you know, a lot of prejudice per se. I just started drawing what I saw. It wasn't until like 2005, it was in Philly, and a friend came and handed me a flyer for MECCAcon, which is the East Coast Black Age Comic Book Convention, and it said it was the 5th year they was doing this. And that was 5 years of a black comic book convention in Philadelphia. I never heard about it. We called them, right? So I called them and said, you don't know who I am, but I want to help y'all any way possible. Whatever you want me to do. And they said, sure. They brought me to the organization and I showed them my work and stuff. And they said, Shawn, your stuff is nice. You got some good art. I said, thank you. They said, where's the black people? I said, what? Because I was drawing what I grew up seeing. So in my books, I had nothing but white and Caucasian and Asian characters, you know, grew up watching animated too, right? And from the time they said it was like a switch, it was something that I wasn't conscious of. And I said from there, I went home and I started changing all my characters. Like I had this ninja, I was big into ninjas. I thought ninjas was like a real job. You don't grow up and be a ninja one day. I was serious, like I was young and you know, like everything is exotic overseas, right? So I had time to live in England. And I was like, send me a ninja suit. Please, that's all I want. And I went home and I had this ninja. I changed it. He was like, okay, he's a ninja. But he's from Africa, right? And it was this newfound excitement. So for me now, what I create mainly Nubian characters is that I want to give back. It's a personal journey for me, but it's also something I want to give back. Like Greg was saying, a lot of people don't know. Like I have the drawing over there of Nubia. And a lot of people say, oh, Shawn, you drew a black Wonder Woman? I'm like, no.
That's her sister.
Yes, she's her own character, which is cool because when the judge first commissioned me, he said, Shawn, I want you to draw Nubia. I said, who? I said, Nubia, one of those twin sisters. What? And he sent me to Wikipedia, and I said, what the hell? It's a real thing. So I want to have that, the same excitement I feel, I want to give that back to us and show we have characters out here that look like us and we have all this story.
Yeah, so I actually want to draw characters like this. I want to draw black people doing cool things, cool, exciting things. I always wanted to do that. Just didn't have a way of expressing it. I was always drawing, but I didn't come to drawing comics until like I was in high school. I was always drawing big one-scene stage titles, and so I started I just wanted to draw us doing stuff like that. Learn more about history. I wanted to incorporate that into my stories, or to about collaborating with people. I know there was one instance where I was doing something with Great Easton on Washington Holmes, where he had sort of spent in Harlem, the Harlem politician, and he had some security with him. I said, why not use the Nation of Islam as a security? And Albright was like, yeah, let's do that. So that's one thing I can interject into the story. And then in my own story, I'll probably have something more involved with culture and dynamics to incorporate the story or part of the storyline. So I always wanted to show ourselves off, whether it's our clothing style, hairstyle, interactions, characteristics in some way, and all our variety, being good, bad, and different in these stories.
Okay, well, one thing, that's the first time I even heard Shawn's story, and I've known Shawn for about 4 years. I didn't even know that, so that's very good to know, and like I'm happy that you have used your process of learning as well in your career. I think that's very dope, because even with myself, I had no idea that Black indie comics even existed until I had a son, and he was obsessed with comics, especially younger, and all of his comics looked like everybody but him, and I'm like, pause, bro, like we gotta find something else, because I'm too Black to have my son having Marvel everything up in the house. So I was like, we need to find something that's owned by us, not just look like us. We need to make sure that whoever is making this, they're keeping the dollars inside their house. So that was my process. One of the things I want to know is, what is your process? How has your process been? The differences being at indie Black Comic Cons and major Comic Cons like Repop is like New York Comic Con and stuff like that. What have been your experiences with the differences between them?
My experiences with the Comic Cons that are just nationwide, I don't want to start naming them, but
you can. I don't get in trouble from nobody.
they normally, like a lot of people come there for characters that they're familiar with, that they see on TV, that they collect their comics and things like that, like favorite characters. But independent Comic Cons, normally people come there to see originality, and not just in fan work, but if you're going to do a fan piece, let it be yours. You know what I mean? Like, let it separate you from that particular company, DC, Marvel, or whatever, so it can stand out. And a lot of artists that I see in the independent field do that, and they also have their independent comic books and things like that. So between the two, I think the independent ones are much better as far as talking to the people and seeing where their mind is and where they're from, and their experiences, and seeing the images in my art, and they're trying to relate to it, or they do relate to it, and they're explaining it to me. It's a good feeling. So independent Comic Cons and stuff for independent artists is the best for me. Like I get paid off of just people's smiles and stories. So that's my answer.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Miguel. Like, I definitely prefer the smaller scale conventions. I feel like they're a lot more intimate. You meet people who actually care more about finding out new things and finding something that they can relate to, even if it's just physically, or anything that makes them feel like the other when it comes to the bigger scale type of conventions. You know, and I think after a while I started getting very desensitized for the bigger cons, and it comes to the point where it's about like what's popular and which celebrity is coming. So most of the people are coming to see that, while a lot of the smaller scale creators are sort of like on the wayside. You know, and it's like once in a while you'll get people who do want to take a chance with you, but definitely the smaller scale conventions are the ones where we as creators tend to get a bit more attention, and fans are actually there to see us or learn more about us and gain some knowledge, you know, from our craft versus the bigger scale companies that are mostly there to see Marvel, DC, and whichever is a popular TV show or movie.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. First you said
I'm alright, so I got this book called Street Clues, right? It's a comic book. And I met these guys online. There used to be a website called BACK2BLACK.com, right?
Very dope.
It's a cool, amazing website. It's the Sheena,
Still up.
right? Yeah, so it shut down, but hopefully it comes back. But so there was these guys on there, and they were all, it was 4 different guys. They all were creating these like urban vigilante superhero type of characters, right? And one day I had an artist block with crazy, right? And I was like, man, let me go online and kill some time. You know how we can just like free my mind up. And I had this idea. I went on BACK2BLACK. I said, yo, what would happen if I took these characters and combined them with my guy and made like a team, right? So I did this drawing. It's a terrible drawing, to be honest with you. It's just a quick sketch, right? I put it up. People went crazy. Oh, Shawn, this is great. You should do it. I said, okay, well, let me do it for real. So I did a better drawing, right? One of the other guys colored it. This guy hits me up and says, I love this concept. I want to do a video game. I said, what? Now, I didn't know these guys, right? We all had screen names and shit. My name is MD Geis. You don't judge me, right? I called him and said, yo, it's from an anime. It was the name of, anybody ever see MD Geis? It's an old anime. Anyway, so, and I used to think I was a rapper at some point. So that was my rap name. So I was like, yo, it's Geis. This guy says he wants to do a video game, right? So he was like, yeah. So we came together. We did a comic book. We did a video game, and we got signed for by indie director to get a movie. So we got the rights to this movie that's in production, right? Sounds pretty cool.
Y'all better start clapping for that. A book, a video game, and a movie.
So I said all that to sum up my experience at the bigger white conventions. Hey man, you got some nice stuff here. Tell me what's the street team about? Oh, the street team is good. We met the guys online. Got movies. Oh man, that's amazing. Let me get that Superman. That happens 99% of the time at the big conventions. Because even if it's us, and it's usually a lot of white people, but if it's us too, it's like they're so ingrained to be like Batman and Superman, the majors. You know what I mean? So despite me saying all that, it's still like, let me get that Hulk. And I take the money because, hey, I did draw the Hulk, and I think it's a nice drawing or whatever. My man right here with the Hulk shirt, I can't, you know what I mean? Hulk is a good character. But usually at these conventions, the B-Sams and the MECCAs and the Xbox, people come from our stuff. It's nothing like it's a whole different thing. So that's why I like this. Yeah.
Yeah, my son plays it on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you, man.
I think these because the independent conventions have been integral in this push for inclusion and diversity in comics and popular culture characters we see now today. I think it led to the production of Black Panther, and the movie has made huge moves. We started with Black Age comic convention, Hotel only in Chicago, and then again with MECCA in Philadelphia, and then doing more conventions at MECCAcon in Atlanta. You have MECCAcon in Detroit, Maia. You have DSAM. You have Black Comic Conventions, Black Comic Festival in New York, Black Comic Expo in New York, Harlem, Brooklyn. You have on the West Coast,
Black Comic Arts Festival.
all these comic conventions, Black Boy Comics, among other cultural specific comic conventions, creating demand for more characters of color in these characters of comics. And we have indie creators providing a need that the fans are going to see. So that's created a huge demand that the names have responded to. And so, and then these independent smaller companies are more intimate, so we as creators love to talk to directly, rather than have to go to dining to the comic distributor, or go to the retailers, which are sometimes biased toward the mainstream comic companies, and have them tell us what their fans want, and they say, well, what the fans want directly to go to you directly. And that's what these comic conventions do for us. And we can talk to you and how half a million people, whether it's distributors or comic retailers, and say, you know, we do sell, and there is a demand for this kind of work here. So these comic conventions, well, and it's speculative with large comic conventions. We don't hear about it, so I'll come to comic conventions. And I was just this week in Seattle, mostly white. Like these guys, and I don't know if it was like cancer effect or what, they were buying my books like they were trying to prove a point. So they wanted to buy some more my stuff than last year, but this year was like I sold out most of my stuff there in Seattle. It's like I said, mostly white people in Seattle. Just gave me a beeline to my table. So it's a great time at this point, and I'm looking forward to see what more happens in the weeks to come.
You know, another thing too, I want to give a shout out to people like Maia too, organizers of these cons, because I don't know, y'all clap for me. I don't know about my fellow panelists here, but I know like most of the time the conventions they treat us like royalty as opposed to like some of the bigger conventions.
And put them in a corner somewhere in the National Negro League. That's what I
the bathroom.
In the Negro League in the corner.
But you know,
They do that though.
yeah, it's like, you know, those guys are like, oh, they're seen as these superstars, and then it's like, oh, you do
Black
that.
corner.
But you know, they're the spotlight.
Thank you. One of the things that I always like to address on all of my Back to Black panels, because I'm petty and I like to talk about it all the time, is sometimes we have parents that come to conventions, especially like the larger conventions, the mainstream conventions, and their children will see themselves on our tables, and the parent will like pull them away. Like, I'm not going to get to that table. Let's go see Superman, Batman. Let's go to their table because that's a ghetto table. They're black. They don't have real stuff. You don't know those characters. We're going to take you to see Iron Man and Thor and people that don't look anything like them at all. And they'll like literally pull them away from our table. And it actually happens, unfortunately, all the time. And it's like very heartbreaking and it hurts our feelings all the time. So we have to learn to work to make sure that we go out of our way when we find events like mine or whoever else's. Tell all your friends. Tell your friends so they can bring their children. It's not about charging at the door. It's not about having a huge turnout. It's about exposing these children so they can see that they can go home and draw their own stuff, write their own stuff, and then they can grow up and publish their own stuff. It's very important that we expose things like this. It's very important that they know cooperative economics and self-sustainability, but I'm not going to get black right now.
It was funny because there was a guy, and I got a friend, a Caucasian guy, and he said, when I first dropped the book, he was like, hey, Shawn, you know, I would buy it, but I can't relate to it. I said, what do you mean? He said,
Do you relate to y'all?
it's all black characters. And I said, what?
What you think we had to
I
deal
said,
with?
what? But, you know, it's funny because, you know, like, it would be nothing for him to say, hey man, you want to see the Avengers with like 7 white people? You know what I mean? It's like, to him that's okay. He doesn't say, well, Shawn, can you relate to this? To him, that's the norm. You should be able to relate to Avengers or whatever because there's nothing. As soon as you get like more than a couple black people in the book or in the movie, it becomes
What's going on?
Yeah,
This is racist.
Yeah, what? I don't understand black people. How can I relate? Yeah. It's crazy.
They should have more than 2 black friends.
I wanna piggyback on that. Like, I actually did a talk like last week or 2 weeks ago at a college, and one of the things I talked about was growing up, always being like the black characters are always sort of like the other, right? The side characters, they're the sidekick at most, or maybe you know the starring guest star, and to the point where it upsets me when you think about anything that is not the default white straight male. By showcasing someone who is black, someone who is a woman, someone who is queer, that's making this political statement, right? It's a political agenda. It's like our existence in anything, for some reason, is a political agenda. And it's just really messed up, you know? And for some reason, it's like when someone of privilege, they hear that, no matter what it is, they just think, oh, no, it's this and that. But we have to do something about that. You know, why is it that whatever creator you believe in, they just decide, oh, black people, you know, I need some diversity in the world. So this is my political statement as God to create you. You know, and that's just like one of those things where we have to make a difference when it comes to our work. We have to showcase that we can be mains. We are not others. You know, we could be the default because all of us are here. You know, it doesn't make any sense why we should be fighting for one spot at the table. You know, versus who do you want on the team? Do you want Cyborg or John Stewart? One of them. Only one space at the table for one black character in Justice League. No, we need to like put our foot down and say we're also the default. You know, we are not just this one piece for your political statement.
And also have Asian representation, because I swear they act like it's like unheard of, and I'm kind of tired of it. We need to have more Asian representation in mainstream comic book industry. But we talking about black folks today, so I ain't gonna bring about our cousins. One thing I did want to also talk about is the domino effect of Black Panther. One thing I don't like to do is turn my conventions into the Black Panther show. Some conventions do, I personally don't. But I will address the fact that it did help us make money this year and late last year. It did help us with sales. It did bring more interest to comic books as a whole. It did bring more interest into black film as a whole. It helped a lot of the creators were, especially the indies. They were nervous at first because they thought, and still do a little bit to a certain point, that if Black Panther is such a highlight right now, well then people aren't really going to support, you know, black indie and it's taking attention away. But smarter people like myself, because I'm a hustler and I'm from Detroit and that's all we do, we know that we're going to secure the bag when all everybody's talking about is Black Panther. I'm going to make sure I set up events about Afrofuturism. I'm going to make sure that I set up events about black comics, indie film. And it definitely helped me a lot. If you all are in any of those industries that I just said, you all should be doing that as well, because this is a very, very, very powerful time in black creativity right now. And you definitely want to get on the bandwagon with that, because it's a wonderful medium that we were given. A lot of people didn't even know what Afrofuturism was before Black Panther came out. A lot of people to this day still had not heard the term, even though it was coined for quite a few decades now from Mark Berry. So I want to know how the film has directly affected you in your personal and professional life. Or even if it's been bad, you know, what do you feel about it? Because I don't want you to disagree with me, because that's what I mean. Because I'm making money. Go ahead.
But seeing the movie, to be honest with you, it hasn't changed my life. It hasn't changed my way of looking at things. It may have changed other people around me, but I'm just really extremely happy just to see it. I'm able to be alive to see it. And really recognize other movies that came before it too, but this is one of a kind, and I appreciate seeing it. So that's all I can really say about Black Panther.
I've been a huge Black Panther fan for like half my life, literally. And so seeing this film finally be done in the sense of a mainstream film with this amount of money, the budget, to the point where like about 95% of the main characters were black people. And that meant a lot to me, especially as a filmmaker. Growing up and wanting to see us represented as main characters, that felt like finally a big mainstream film like this that does that. You know, and of course there's still a lot of things that can be done. I don't want this to be like a one-time fluke, you know, that people just thought, oh, it was a one-time thing. Now, you know, if we put anything else, it's not going to be as successful, you know. And so, like, I'm hoping this allows people to take more chances of putting us in genre films, you know, like putting us in stuff that is not just about the stereotypical black struggle. You know, that we could be superheroes, we could be in horror films, we could be in fantasy as main characters. You know, and it has actually helped me a lot with myself, especially going to like these conventions that just popped up, you know, to sort of capitalize on the Black Panther craze, even though it's been mostly indie people. But a lot of black people have just been coming out because of the excitement for Black Panther. They just want to know, all right, you see this mainstream black character who's really dope, but he's still owned by like white people. Let's see what awesome black characters that are all black people, and so a lot of them just like been coming to support. I've been selling out a lot of conventions. It's just been really awesome. So I'm very, very happy about that.
Right. Yeah, no, I think with the whole Black Panther movie, it's just been invigorating, and like much like these shows, it's just like, I should have said earlier, just between the large show and this show, I feel re-energized after I go see the Black Panther. I feel re-energized after I go to a show like this. And I think it just says a lot for the future and a lot for, you know, even just the fact that, you know, I think about my kids and it's like, I'm already thinking about Halloween and like when we do like little Black Panther things as a family, just having that representation out there and how important it is and just how impactful and hopeful it makes me for the future.
I thought the movie was trash. I was waiting for it. No, it was good. I was waiting for it. He got real quiet. I was like, what? What did he say? No, it was a good movie. I like the fact that I'm so glad that the movie was good. I gotta say it. Some people was like, Shawn, even if it was garbage, you're not supposed to say that. And I think that's wrong. I think we should hold ourselves to our standard, right? So, because, listen, if the movie was trash, we would have been like, dang, that's a bad look. So it was good that I was glad that it was done well. I'm kind of like Maia, like I'm that kind of person, like Mike said, it's like it didn't change much for me because I was already on this ship. I was already into Afrofuturism and stuff like that. So it's like for the people that, but at the same time, for the people that are now here, welcome, good. I know one of the good things too. I do think what Maia is going to extend money because I get so many white people all of a sudden coming up to me and say that they're studying Afrofuturism now. I guess you know what I mean? Like no, it's a fad. And again, I don't know if it's a guilt thing. Like I see more people buying like certain images from me, which is cool. Like I was at a convention last week, and right across from me there was this Caucasian girl.
It's Maia's phone. Can you hold this? I go to the bathroom.
You know what I mean? To me, Superman is the highest representation of white except for Captain America. But it's like, Superman. And she came up and she was like, I want to get that poster. And it was of Nubia. And everybody knows who Nubia is, right? One of the women's twin sister, right? And I sold it to her, but inside I was kind of like, what? Why is she buying this? And then she bought it for her brother, right? Her brother came up to me afterwards and he was like, hey man, I love this Nubia poster. I said, thanks. And he was like, yeah, I'm studying Afrofuturism in college. I said, what? And I don't know why that shocked me. I know it shouldn't, but I think it is going to open up. You know, I think back then it did open up the doors for other people to come in. It's like, hey, we're here, so I'm glad that you finally found the doors.
Seeing it for me, I mean, it just confirms what we've all been doing, and we've all been saying that black stuff sells. It's given a chance, and we'll show you what we sell. It's done more than that over the few months it's been out. And so now just at this position where we have stuff to sell, we got some for you. So people are hungry now for it, and we're ready for it. So that's what's up for us. This elevate our position and shows you the potential that we have, creativity, where we can create stuff on our own, with our own resources, on our own head, without any dilution or put our character aside or being a vehicle for white characters, progress, and story. So that's what I think Black Panther's done for us.
One of the last questions I want to ask, what do you feel is, why do you feel it's important to have correct, productive, and responsible female characters or women characters inside your books? Because for me personally, I think it's very important for women to have some clothes on as superheroes and not be half naked because there's little girls that want to see that. And also, and practical. You know, I believe in practical outfits for superheroes that are women that are realistic. Because if you aren't drawing the men half naked, you shouldn't be drawing the women half naked.
But
But what? He just messed with me. My best friend. How do you feel that that is important for the younger generation? Because a lot of times with Black indie comic community, a lot of men do not really have women representation at the forefront. And we can lie and say that they do, but they don't. They don't. Steven definitely does, most definitely. Shawn definitely does, and it's a lot of other people that do. But why do you all feel that that's important that you all do that? Yeah, this question is for you and
I think it's important because for one, women, Black men, do so much for history and for advancement in this country in particular that and a lot of it's just coming to light today. That's a shame of the work that they've done, whether it's in the background or the foreground. And at the least I can do is do a comic that focuses on a Black woman character, a Black woman character, like two. One is my character, which focuses on a young woman, and so they should occupied by foreign power. She's a central figure in that book. And another book, a job which is here.
Multi-award winning, nationally known job.
A teen at Harvard. So it's the least I can do to feature a Black female character in my books. Because it's so much of me. I don't think we are making contributions of Black women in this country, despite the charismatic male figures we've had in history. But there's been a number of Black female charismatic figures in the foreground or background. That a lot of things could happen if they went there.
Well, yeah, the sad thing, the reality is that this industry is a over-sexualized industry. You know, a lot of these characters were created by grown men who this was their chance to draw their perfect idea of a woman.
That they can't catch in real life.
Right, you know? And it's funny because this happened to me this happened to me just last week. So everybody knows who Psylocke is, right? So a guy commissioned me to draw Psylocke, and I drew her in the new look that she has, which is like a full bodysuit, which is sick. And then I drew half the image was her original look when she first came out, which was like this weird purple armor with a hood type of thing, right? So I did this image. I think it came out kind of nice. Posted up, and a friend of mine was like, "Shh, Shawn, I like this piece, but if you didn't pick the most sexy costumes to draw her in, and if you know her most popular look was the one piece, like the little thumb thing with the little high boots," and I was like, "This is a grown man on Facebook in public saying this, like, Shawn, you picked the most sexy look." I was like, "Why is that the first thing you thought of?" You know what I mean? And I told him, I was like, well, to be honest with you, I hate that look that she has. You know what I mean? I love this new look. Like Maia was saying, it's practical. It makes sense. And remember I told you about the Street Team comic book I have? So I'm doing a spin-off. And it features this young female character that is Barbadian. And she's fully covered. And I wanted to purposely create a woman that wasn't half naked, didn't have the IQ of a sunflower seed running around, you know what I mean? And the first image I did of her, and I purposely, like this, like I said, my table's right over there, you can come and check it out afterwards. I purposely made her smaller breasted, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want that to be the main focus. And when I first did the image, somebody saw it, was like, "Wow, man, this is sick. Who is he?" I said, "No, it's a woman." But I was glad because I was like, you know, why is it to show like, oh, she's female, she's sexy, it has to be the half-naked breast out type of thing, you know what I mean? We have to mature as an audience is important that, you know, it's a whole different time. We got young ladies coming up now that we have to do better than the Nicki Minaj music video, you know what I mean? It has to be better.
That's right, and anybody said it over there, it's real, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, just as an artist, a lot of times I'm commissioned to do character design, and a lot of times the ideas are from the paying person. So if you do see exposure and stuff, okay, the artist did do it, but a lot of times they were doing it to make rent, or to pay bills. But at the same time, like, I think seeing different types of women in different types of way would be suffice. Because I feel like the damage already has been done. We have billboards and media where there's half-naked women and guys all over the place. Now, as far as the body types, as full-figured women, disability women, maybe like some that have breasts taken off because of cancer or ailments, and maybe like their legs taken off because of maybe they were born without legs. You know, like different things like that. We haven't seen that in the forefront as far as being so-called sexy or anything like that.
Well, Shawn draws big women all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I want to add something real quick, Maia, because
Shawn like big.
I do like them thick. Thick. I do like them thick. But I think it's a time and place for everything as well, right? Because I am a man that enjoys the female form, and I do believe that. I was trying to say if there was any kids here, but you know, I do believe that sex is a beautiful, natural thing, right? And if you look on my shirt, I am wearing a female that is. It may seem, me and Maia was just talking about this earlier. She was like, "You can't wear that shirt." I'm like, but here's the thing, right? I want people to be able to come up to me and have a discussion about why I drew this particular piece. And this particular piece features a goddess of hip hop. I was asked to be part of an art gallery. And the theme was, what does hip hop mean to you? And I drew this woman that was, you got to see the image, right? But I said, what if you were a goddess of anything? You would be beyond mortal man's limitations of what the body means and sex means, right? And if you're biblical, or you know, from a Bible standpoint, Adam and Eve only covered themselves when they felt shame, right? So what were we before shame? Before there was this thing, well, I have to hide. We were born free. I think now that's been perverted. You know, the female form and sex, and that there is this more seedy underbelly of it. But in its pure form of just appreciating the female form, there is room for that. But like Mike said, I think there's so much of the other side that whenever you do like, you know, a sexual image or erotic image, you perv, you disgust me, you know. So that's the only thing.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I think for me as a creator, you know, even though I have like this testosterone fueled book, I thought it was very important. You know, even like when we were going through our character designs, I mean, 50% of the role was women, and I think it was very important for us. You know, as we started to go over our designs, we had to overhaul the character's gender and add like a ton of depth because I wanted to show women as smart, women as beautiful, women as multifaceted, and I think as creators we kind of have a responsibility to just look at more than the surface for a character. I wanted to make sure that was incorporated in our story.
I do want to say, as a comic creator, as a writer, also with Isnano, what I wanted to focus, one thing I wanted to focus on the second volume is the power and importance of women in general. You know, I have a family, a black family, that they sort of become the side main characters of Isnano, but it mostly also focuses on the mother, who I was inspired by my mother being this very smart, resourceful woman who was always there, who, if she has to kick ass, she will kick someone's ass. And so, in a sense, the black mother in volume 2 ends up being the second main character, to the point where there's even times where there's tension between Isnana and her, while she's trying to save her family from all these evil monsters, who are also women, too. You know, just to showcase there's so many different dynamics of showcasing the power of women. You know, like they can be dangerous, they can be smart, they can be the heroes at the same time. You know, and so that was something I really wanted to stress. You know, it's not, fantasy shouldn't always be about the scantily clad women if they are represented. They could also be, you know, these powerful, normal, everyday women. You know, and also I very much want to push like what's considered the norm of representation. You know, I'm working on another book called The Gentleman, where it's supposed to be a horror noir. And as we know, like every noir story has that femme fatale. You know, and this was like, they're the most important, gorgeous woman that drives everyone crazy, and they drive the plot, whether they are actually good, bad, or mysterious. And I wanted to showcase black women can also be bad, good, and mysterious. You know, they don't need to just be this one type of person. And early on, once I got hired to write that, I said I want this woman who's supposed to be the embodiment of beauty to be a dark-skinned woman. I want her to be darker than the actual male character. And even when the first promo came out, and to this day, I still contact the guy running it. I was just like, make sure you tell your colorist. Once again, when the book actually comes out, she must be a dark-skinned woman. You know, and I sent like references of like different darker skin. It was just like, I'm tired of darker skinned people being represented as like they're darker in the sense of like personality, they're scary, they're I guess they're not as beautiful as the lighter skin or fair skin, you know, representative of women, of black women. So that's one of the things that I'm trying also with my writing to showcase, you know, the beauty of all types of different shades, types of body types, you know, of women.
That's a whole other panel too. About that as far as the colors. That's interesting.
Okay, well, I definitely want to thank all my panelists and that training. I definitely appreciate you all coming and sitting down and listening to them because this is my panel series and it's always one of my favorite panels to do. So thank you all so much for being an audience. So I appreciate it. Upstairs at 3 o'clock, we are having 2 films, short films. One Return from Nuoto, and then Mars from Bobby Yin, and both of the filmmakers are here to do Q&A afterwards. Downstairs, we're having Black Media the Future panel. We have very prolific people on that panel as well, so whether you're upstairs, downstairs, in between, we definitely don't want to see you leave yet. So thank you all so much for coming.
Maia. Maia, this yours?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I don't.
Thank you.
Take a picture.